Today I want to talk about something deeper than being dirt poor and being low income. Many times on my channel I talked about dirt poor and low income, but I want to talk about something powerful, the joy of simple living and how it quietly builds financial freedom. Simple living is not about lack. It's about intention. It is choosing peace over pressure. It's choosing enough instead of more. And when we simplify our lives, something amazing happens financially. Our expenses naturally shrink, not because we are deprived, but because we are content. We cook at home instead of chasing convenience. We repair instead of replacing. We enjoy what we already have instead of constantly upgrading. Every time one of those small choices builds money back in our pocket. Simple living reduces impulse spending because we're no longer chasing happiness in the shopping carts. We start finding in our garden joy, our kitchen joy, our home and our daily routines. The joy replaces the urge to consume. Financially, this means lower monthly expenses, less debt pressure, more emergency savings, greater peace during uncertain times. I just began a new process, and that is learning to sew, fixing things, and I get great satisfaction in doing that. I never sewn before in my life, and I'm learning it doesn't have to be perfect in order for it to be fixed. Margin is the space between what we earn and what we spend. Freedom says no to debt. Freedom to weather a storm. Freedom to step back from financial stress. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we can't do anything fun. I have come to the realization that we can still buy some things to give us pleasure. We just have to know when to stop. Instead of labeling ourselves income level, how can I focus on a lifestyle design? Simple living becomes a strategy, not a philosophy. It is a long-term financial plan disguised as a peaceful life. When you simplify your home, you simplify your spending. When you simplify your calendar, you reduce costly expenses. When you simplify your goals, you eliminate expensive distractions. And over time, these quiet choices compound. Simple living is not about being poor. It's about being intentional. It's about choosing stability over status. It's about building wealth slowly, quietly, and steadily. To be rich, but not in the financial aspect of it. To build wealth in other ways. The joy of simple living is that your happiness is no longer tied to your income. And when happiness is not tied to income, financial pressures lose its power. Simple living is not small living. It's strong living. It's strategic living. It's financially peaceful living. Simple living is not small living. It is strong living, a strategic living. It is financially peaceful living. And that is something worth watching and worth building. And that is something worth achieving in your life. So while simple living is the slow pace of living, it is not poor living. Thank you to Carol for these beautiful washcloths. They are beautiful, and it brings me back to, the old days where people kept clothing, and if it was torn or they couldn't fix it anymore, then they made other things with it, and they did crocheting and knitting. And I don't know how to do those things, but I am starting to do more of my own mending. I'm going to be mending some things, and instead of buying new or throwing it out, I'm going to be doing some sewing projects, small sewing projects, because I'm not that good at sewing, but make do or do without. And one of the things is learning to mend things. I went to the library and I picked up 2 library books. And this one is the bread machine book with over 100 recipes. And I cannot wait to try more because we're making our own breads. And it's bread machine recipes from all over the world. But I really love the monkey bread. I've been making a lot of monkey bread. And it doesn't just have to be like a sweet treat. You can make monkey bread that is herbs and garlic. And this one is going to be my next project to make. And then I got this one at the library too. This one I used to have, and I don't know whatever happened to it. But it's my favorite one when it comes to the tomatoes. It's the tomato bread, and then we got more of the monkey type bread. So I'm really love making those kind of breads, and I love going to the library and seeing what they have, and then they give me a couple weeks that I can, and if it's a book that I really, really want, I can, save up for it. Thrift Books has them really cheap, and also eBay. Some of them I might use for washcloths too. And I guess I'll say goodbye to all of you. I may narrate this a little bit as I work on my other chores. All right, let's go ahead and get some more things done before I can say goodnight. The rest of the day, I just started cleaning up around the place and getting it all ready for all this snow is finally melting. I found this really old milk container. Do you remember back in the day when the milk delivery man would bring milk to your home in glass jars? I have one of these little milk boxes, and it's insulated, and I'm thinking of an idea for it. Let me know in the comments below what you would use this for. But I found it in my stash of stuff, and as I go through everything, I thought it was just so pretty. I thought it would be fun to use it for something. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video today and spend the rest of the evening now with me as I finish these ideas and these chores and as I get ready for bed. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of the video. And if you remember the milkman coming to your home early in the morning, let me know. I do remember the milkman. I probably was about 3 years old. And I remember the glass jars of milk that he would bring and set at the door that my parents had, their front door. It's a very small memory I have, but it's very vivid. And I'm sure I was only a few years old. What are your memories of that milkman that would come every morning or every other morning? Did you get eggs and cheese too?